ladies, I'm here tonight on the show. And all right, let's talk about some news on the sports world, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so New York is saying the governor is saying that or the mayor, whatever, is saying that if everything goes well in the next week, on Monday, March 7th, the vaccine mandate will be lifted. But the problem is, I guess he still can't quite play. This is what Adrian Wojnarowski said. He said, the interception on New York mayor's announcement, Kyrie Irving remains restricted from playing under New York mandate for large employers. But March 7 losing off mandate is another step in what's expected to be an invincibility. Irving will be cleared to play in this season at home. So I'm not sure exactly why the fuck he still can't play at home, even though they take the vaccine mandate away on March 7th. But it's getting closer to where sometime here in the next few weeks, maybe April. I always said around playoff time they're gonna figure out a way to figure it out. I'm sure the commissioner Adam Silver's talking to New York about it. He's one of the big stars. That's a team that when you put it all together, him and Kevin Durant can contend for a championship. That can make the NBA a ton of money. So I'm sure Adam Silver could negotiate something with the mayor where they could lift it completely and have him compete. At least in the playoffs, have him. He looked pretty damn good last night. Got that win over Milwaukee, man. 38 points. He looked pretty damn good for only being a part-time player. So we'll see how that goes. But I believe that's a good step in the right direction, and I believe eventually he will be able to play home games, at least if not in the season, in the playoffs. Also, Michael Porter from the Denver Nuggets is progressing to be clear on court and contact win the next week, freeing path for him to return to the lineup sometime in March. So Michael Porter, who's been out, this guy's kind of injury prone, along with Jamal Murray, have been out for most of the season for the Nuggets. They're saying that he's progressing well and could possibly be back sometime in the next 2 weeks in March. Could Michael Porter? We'll see how that goes. Also, let's see here. The USFL, didn't they just have their draft last week, but now they're going to have the combine on March 19 in Alabama? What the fuck? I think you battle them. Usually you have the combine and then the draft. That makes me scratch my ass. I don't even have any androids. But the USFL to have their combine in March. Maybe that's for next year's draft. I don't know. Ale Marpet, the fucking Buccaneers offensive lineman, retires, man. Not looking good for the Buccaneers, man. Losing a bunch of players. But yeah, that's the biggest story in the NFL right now. I mean, there could be more. Let's see here. Let me see here. Hold on. There could be more news here. Rumors, according to Tony Pauline, who is not a verified account, but NFL draft analyst for Pro Football Network, whatever. According to him, he's saying that the Broncos, the Raiders, and the Jaguars would all be interested in Devontae Adams if he were to become a free agent. Take that with a salt of sugar, because he is not a verified account. But he does have 37,000 followers, so whatever. I think that's it. Yeah, a bunch of teams just clearing cap space. The Saints and the Packers clearing cap space for free agency. But yeah, not a lot over there. Obviously, baseball just trying to figure out the fucking collective bargaining agreement. Tomorrow's the deadline. So if they don't get anything done by tomorrow, they're probably going to cancel games. How many games? Who knows? I'm going to get somewhere between 20 and 30 because they're going to need about 3 to 4 weeks of training camp. So you're automatically going to lose about 3 to 2, because baseball played every day, almost every day. They at least play about 5-6 times a week. So they're going to lose about at least 20 to 30 games if they do decide to cancel games tomorrow. There could still be a possibility that if they do come up with a contract tomorrow, they could sign it and report to training camp on March 3rd, which would still be 4 weeks of a training camp, and they can still do the opening day on March 31st, the original schedule opening day. But it is not looking good right now. It is not looking good. There's already cancellations. If you go on MLB.com, I think every game is canceled. Every preseason game is canceled from, I believe, February 26th to March 7th. I believe all those spring training games have been canceled. So even though if they sign a contract tomorrow and they report to training camp on March 3rd, they're probably not gonna play any spring training games. They're probably not gonna be in shape to play spring training games. They're just gonna be reporting to training camp. So those games, no matter what, even if there's a contract signed in the next few days, are probably not gonna be played until March 7th at least. But yeah, man, we'll see what the hell happens with all this shit, man. Hopefully they get a contract solved. John Heyman has been very positive, but these other reporters are not. So I don't know if John Heyman is being way too positive. I guess he is. How about college basketball, man? All these fucking upsets, man. Jesus Christ, man. Purdue going down to Michigan State. Kentucky going down to Arkansas. Fucking Auburn going down to Tennessee. Texas Tech going down to TCU. Jesus Christ, man. Arizona goes down to Colorado. Kansas goes down to Baylor, the defending champions. And Gonzaga goes down to St. Mary's. I think 7 out of the top 5 teams lost this week. 7 out of the top 10, man. It could be a possibility where Duke goes from 7 to 1. We'll see what the hell happens, but forget about March Madness. We got February Madness, man. Jesus Christ, man. I've never seen that shit in my life. I believe 7 of the top teams lost in one day. Jesus Christ, man. What the hell? That's going to be a very interesting March Madness. I believe it's the brackets, I think, March 18. And I think the tournament starts on March 22, I believe. I'm not sure. I could have it wrong. I'll probably have to look into that more. But yeah, it's coming up soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Christ. All these teams are already getting upset in February, waiting until March. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I'm out like a light. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Have a good night, everybody.